of violation of the law, and so they will continue to do what they are doing. With me on the program today is Abulo Semwagu. Thank you so much for joining us today, Abulo.
Amechi, good morning. It's nice to be here on this rainy Thursday in Abuja. I hope it's also raining in your location, wherever you are. It's a blessing for us in Nigeria that we have rains. Some climes have been begging for rains to fall. Amechi, it's an interesting development in the Electoral Umpire's office yesterday. And the warning about early campaign was made loud yesterday after they recognized the David Mark Aregbe-Shola group of the African Democratic Congress. And one will wonder why the loud noise about early campaign warnings yesterday. Is it because you have recognized an opposition, a coalition that is ready, that is battle ready to take office according to them? Before this time, some people have been shouting.
Unlikely.
Yes.
INEC
Yes.
had been concerned, and
Yes.
perhaps they chose that yesterday to
Good.
do the seminar. But the recognition is maybe unconnected with it.
Yeah, it may be unconnected, but political watchers will wonder why all these white people have been shouting that since last year there have been billboards scattered around locations in Nigeria, and they've been calling on INEC to clamp down on them. No. The former INEC chairman, Tahiru Jega, is proposing 500,000 naira fine for violators of the issue of early campaigns. And we asked if 500,000 naira is good enough, and who will clamp down on them? Does INEC have a task force? Are they going to set up a task force against early campaign? You have rightly said, Amechi, they can back, but they can't bite. So is it time for INEC to have a task force against early campaigning? And what nature of campaign are we talking about? Is it the one that you gather mammoth crowd? Is it the one that you be on TV, on radio, on the pages of newspaper, or the billboards are not part of early campaign? So they need to also come out clear to tell Nigerians what they mean by the kick against or the warn against early campaigns. It's good to warn, but what instruments are you putting in place to checkmate violators of that you're warning? In other climes, when people say we warn, they put machinery in place and to check if there will be violators of
The
that.
only machinery that are putting in place is persuasion, pleading with the politicians to desist.
But what
from doing
impact
so.
is it if politicians start early campaign? Is it that they are going to sway, they are going to move, they are going to convince ab initio those that didn't vote for them in the previous election too early enough, or convince them? I mean, a week. I was in Ilorin when the father of Abubakar Saraki changed party. I think 2000 and
Resolution.
1990. Yes, I read he changed political party overnight. And we were in the hotel room, they were knocking, giving us a new political party and the posters, and he won the election when he changed party in less than 48 hours. So it doesn't really matter if politicians start 2 years before election or 1 year before election, but the truth is that the INEC must tell us their powers, where their powers reaches, so that Nigerians, the electoral watchers, will understand.
Well, the concern is that it will relegate governance. That's the issue. So when everybody is primed at the next election, it then tells you that all activities will be about how to win the election, and the people will be completely forgotten. That's why so many Nigerians are raising issues of changing our presidential system of government. That the way we brought it from US and superimposed on our environment that is quite different is not proper at all. That someone like former President Goodluck Jonathan proposed a 6-year
single tenure
term presidency. Peter Obi recently talked about a 5-year single term presidency. But the truth is that once a governor, a president is in place, they begin almost immediately. Committees are set up. We can tell you that. Strategic committees that work covertly are set up to prepare grounds for the next election. And I can tell you, it also happens in the US. Most policies and programs are political in nature that they implement and enunciate and implement that are targeted at the next election, their success in the next election. So this reduces the country to the political interest of the government in power, either in the state or at the federal level. including foreign relations, foreign policy. There are many instances where foreign policy experts have studied and established with evidence that foreign policy of some governments, not just within Nigeria, as
a campaign
do
instrument.
not represent the national interest of the country,
Okay.
but the selfish interest of the government in power. The issue of the White House, there have been studies that expose how White House differed from the State Department in US. State Department, they are equivalent to their Foreign Affairs Ministry.
Mm-hmm.
The State Department is concerned with the national interest of US, but the White House is concerned with the president being re-elected. So not just in Nigeria, every policy or program or who will execute them is all about how it will help the government win the next election. For a lot of people, for instance, Adeba Bodore, who's joining us now, said and accused the Buhari administration, I don't know how true it was, that his social investment program to share money for the people, Osinbajo then going to the markets to distribute money, was to influence the voters for their next election. These are speculations that we arrived there.
Good morning, Amechi, and good morning to our listeners out there. The rain stopped me from coming very early to the studio, but I have entered the rain and still come here.
You defied the rain.
Under the rain, under the sun.
Let me correct Abulu first. He said Jega did not propose 500,000. That's fine. I was at that conference yesterday. I participated actively in it. And I can tell you what was in the law. It was quoting the law. And even that 500, who has been arrested today, who has been arrested for early campaign in Nigeria. The critical problem we face is that the laws we have as of today are not clearly spelled out. And we really need to define what is early campaign. Your commissioning project, your billboards are there. It's campaign.
Because you didn't use your personal money.
You didn't use your money. So the critical problem that we face today is that governance is abandoned, abuse of power of incumbency. Meetings are taking place in government houses. Party meetings are taking place in the villa. That's the truth. And that is an abnormality because it's giving them advantage over those who are not in power. They are deploying precious time they will use to serve the state resources and all the rest are being deployed. Those are areas we critically need to look into and see what kind of law we have. The current law we have is very, very weak, and that was what was identified yesterday. And I can tell you that it's not just only we are not only witnessing this current dispensation, like the one you said, going to the markets, going to motor parks, distributing money is campaign.
You float a state transport company. You put the picture of the governor on it.
It's campaign. Campaign instrument.
And like say yesterday, like what Jega proposed yesterday, I'm in full support of it. The claim that I don't know where to get the money, but the thing is being done on your behalf, and you are deriving benefit from it. So when somebody you are claiming that I don't know who is directing the billboards in Abuja and all the rest, the truth is that this are state money channeled through another source to fund those things. So
that's state resources indirectly.
Anybody that is involved, but the problem is like we have earlier said, it's like backing. Can they bite? Mm-hmm. Will they arrest the president, that his billboards, and that for his wife are all over Abuja and other cities in Nigeria? Will they have the courage? So until that courage is there, until we have an
why even call them out? Even if you can't bite, compile a list of those you believe are violating the law and let's name and shame.
The totality of it is that until we have an electoral commission that is really independent, not just by name, really independent in actions, then it is at that time we probably will be able to have a body that will be able to tell that people will fear. Because it's just for now is a case of what I see yesterday is like a moral situation and this is supposed not to be done. But we need strong laws that will curb this, strong laws that will make it impossible for the president of this country to hold political meetings in the villa. We need laws like that to stop them because we are deploying state resources, we are deploying state facilities. And the for those in the government houses across that party meetings are holding there. We never witnessed this abnormality. I will say it once again. We never witnessed this abnormality in the Second Republic. There was sanity.
Okay, yeah, you know, the party meetings holding in the government houses didn't start in this administration. Let's be clear about that. Even before now, party meetings have been taken to the villa. Party meetings have been taken to.
It started under Obasanjo.
So, yeah,
Obasanjo started party meetings.
So the successive government or the previous government since 1999 have been holding party meetings in the government houses in violation of independence, in violation of a certain provision of the law. So I wanted to point out, we are talking about early.
Yeah, not just to stop there, Abulu, because the problem with Nigeria is we see a wrong thing.
And we celebrate
say
it.
It's a wrong thing, we celebrate it, and we move ahead with our lives. And once you do that, you're reinforcing impunity. Obasanjo started it quite all right. But the rate Obasanjo was doing, is it the there's a particular meeting,
caucus meeting. Yeah,
yes, the villa. But this one, is it bigger meetings are holding in the villa? Because we didn't say anything. The average Nigerian is concerned about meeting his daily need for the day. Oh, as far as he thinks there is no direct correlation between what is happening and his welfare, he says it doesn't concern me. He moves ahead, and when that happens, he reinforces. So everybody is afraid. People, the media will be afraid to talk about it the way Barbaro is calling out people and mentioning names. Everybody, I don't care, are afraid, and will destroy our society in the process.
There's a major instrument of early campaigns that have been in existence since 1999. I don't know, Barbaro will guide us if previous government used that instrument. And what is that? When a government is inaugurated, it tells you this is a renewed hope government, this is the next level government, and every program of government in MDAs, they'll tell you renewed hope employment, renewed hope curriculum review, renewed hope road construction, and that is campaign. So why do you have renewed hope attached to those instruments, to those policies of government? Renewed hope tax review.
These are the shortcomings of the presidential system of
why is an agenda? It's an agenda. So why don't you have it as an agenda instead of attaching it as a campaign? It's campaign instrument.
Abulu, the problem, I will locate it this way, is that political parties are supposed to have manifesto. Candidates of the parties are supposed to campaign on the basis of that manifesto. But what we have witnessed since 1999 is that in the Second Republic, the MPN that was at the center then came out with their policy. They said they concentrate on food and housing. The Unity Party of Nigeria then, they concentrate on free education, free health, and those are party, those are things on their manifesto. But here we are building individuals. Individuals come. Yar'Adua came out with
the 7-point agenda.
Came out with agenda. So we now have a situation where people are coming with their agendas, not with party manifesto. That is a very weak.
That's why I called it the loopholes in the presidential system of government, concentrating executive powers in one man, and the structures and institutions set up to check them are weakened or made non-existent, and so it becomes an emperor. A governor can go to somewhere and see a road that is bad. Never in the budget you say, I will construct this road, and a week after, they mobilize people to site. So how does that happen? It reduces governance to whims and caprices of the president or the governor.
Brainwave.
You visit the president, he announces fat donation to one cause, there's a service-wide vote he can draw the money from. Also, we reduce governance to personal idiosyncrasies based on the presidential system of government. We should have national plans. Everybody should key into. But because of that presidential system where you're the one responsible, executive powers are in you, and the checks and balances are weak, you go haywire. But let's hear from you. Let's read some of the mails you have sent to us. After that,